Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to be creating our header and our footer. In other words, we're going to set our pages in the top menu, and we're going to set some of the pages we've created in the bottom menu. The header, the footer, head, foot. Makes sense, right? So let's get started. So from the back end of our website, we're going to go to our domain name and click on Visit Site. And then we're going to go up to Customize. And then we're going to scroll down to where it says Menus right there. And then we're going to go to Menu 1. So this is where it gets interesting. We've already created our pages and we're just going to go ahead and put them out. Now the menu 1 is going to be up here. There's not much going on right now except our logo. We have a search bar, we have an account shortcut, and we have a cart. So we're going to go to the left and click on Add Items. So the pages we want to put out here are going to be our home, our blog, our shop, and our contact pages. So first things first, here we have home. We're going to click there on the plus button and it's going to add in home into the menu right here. We also want to have blog, so we're going to add in that as well. Scrolling down, we also have shop, so we're going to add that in, and we have contact. So there we go, very quick and simple. Now notice we're looking at the pages right now, but you also have the ability, if there was a post you wanted to add up in the menu, you could actually collapse the pages and go to posts and choose one of the posts in here. Now we don't have any posts, but you could also add in a product up here, a certain set of categories, tags, etc., etc. Most of the time you're going to want to add pages onto the top. Now let's talk about the order. Now in my opinion, the order should come in order of importance. The first thing should almost always be home, because your home page is your main sales page, and that's where most people are going to land, and that's where most people are going to default to when they're looking at a menu. So I recommend keeping home first, and then putting shop as the next page, and then blog, and finally contact. After the home page, the most important page naturally is going to be your shop, where you're selling your products and services. And finally, it's going to be your blog, where you can get a deeper contact with your visitors and start turning them from just a visitor into a future customer. Much more on that later on. And finally, for those who want to learn more about you or have any questions about the product or whatever, they have the opportunity to contact you. But those are going to be the minority. These are going to be the big players on your website and for navigation purposes. So once we've done this and we've set it up, we're just going to hit publish, and then we can see our pages. Now, if you get the same issues I'm getting, you're getting multiple pages published up here, and you may or may not see them all here, just refresh your page and come back. For some reason, there might be some glitches from having a starter kit. They're very rare. I'm not sure why they happen, but they're always very minor problems, just like this during the design itself. So all we need to do here is just remove the duplicates. So we have two home. I'm just going to expand it, go down to remove. Here's something invalid, go down, remove. We have two blog. We have one that goes to my account page and one that goes to post page. So we're going to remove the one that goes to my account page because something is just off in there. Then we have the home. We have an additional contact. That's weird. We're going to remove it. So here's our original setup: home, shop, blog, contact. Amazing. And this is what it looks like. And this is looking really nice and clean. Now, before we move on to the footer, which by the way is going to be the part down here, I want to bring your attention to something, and that is when scrolling, we're using something called a sticky header. Now, a sticky header means that the header is actually following us when we're scrolling on the website. The purpose of a sticky header is to make sure that they always have access to their cart. If you don't have an e-commerce, I would remove the sticky header and just let the top bar disappear when scrolling. But for the purposes of this sort of website, I really think we should keep it. But as you can already tell, if you look at the sizes of the pages here and the sizes of the icon and then the size of the logo, there's a lot of real estate here that's just going to waste. And this is a really large header for a sticky header. So what I'm going to do now when I get some clearer views on the design itself is that I'm going to make the logo a little bit smaller. So I'm going to first of all publish, go back again, go into header, site identity, and then logo height is currently at 85. Now look at this space. I'm going to look at this space primarily and then see how clear our actual logo is. It's currently at 85. That's a bit too small in my opinion. Let's say 60. I think that's a little bit small, maybe 65. So I'm gonna have a smaller logo, some more space here in the menu, and this makes a lot more sense for scrolling purposes. It's just gonna be in the way less. So I'm liking this more. Again, we're gonna do a lot of these fine adjustments as we keep on designing. Then I'm gonna hit publish. Next, we're gonna go back to the main menu, which is gonna be here. We're gonna go down to footer, and then I'm gonna go to footer widgets. And now let's scroll all the way down and see what we have to work with. So the current setup setup we have is a 3-bar setup. We have a large field to the left, we have a smaller bar in the middle, and a smaller bar to the right. So this is the bigger bar, if you will. Smaller bar, smaller bar. Now, we don't actually need 3. The setup that I recommend, which has a really good look on almost all websites, is that we keep one big one to the left, where we write a small About Us section, and we use ChatGPT to make it really nice as well. And then we bring all of our useful links to the right. And when it comes to useful links, I'm talking about the legal links. I'm talking your privacy policy, terms and agreements, and refunds and returns policy. You know, all that important stuff that we've already created. You don't want to put that stuff on the top because that's not what you're promoting, but you need to put it somewhere and have it accessible. And the footer is the best placement for that. So I'm going to go ahead and do just that. I'm going to move just one up from what's at default. So we have a large one to the left and a smaller one to the right. There we go. And we want to have an About Us or About Me, depending on who you are, section, and a useful links section as well. So scrolling down, let's start off with customizing the first widget area. I'm just going to click there and then click on Got It. First of all, I'm going to customize this, and rather than say About Our Store, I'm going to write About Us in order to make it a little bit more personal. You could write About Me, again, depending on what you're doing. And then we're going to head to our guidebook. And from here, we're going to go to the index, and then we're going to move to the header and footer menu. And then the first prompt is a short About Us text. So I'm going to copy this prompt and then head over to ChatGPT. Here we are. So I'm going to paste it in, and it says, act as a copywriter. Write me a 2-paragraph long About Us page with the following information. My website name, which is going to be bluelightdefenders.com. It was created by Robin and Jesper. We sell blue light blocking glasses. We created it because, and I'm going to write something like, we are gaming lovers who experience eye strain and wanted to do something about it to take our gaming to the next level. And there we go, and I'm gonna send this away. So here we have a really big, nice text to save us some time. I'm not gonna read it, but basically just to read the start because I think it's so amazing. Welcome to bluelightdefenders.com, the brainchild of Robin and Jesper, 2 passionate gamers dedicated to helping others protect their eyes and enhance their gaming experience. The sort of language that's being used is just, it is absolutely mind-blowing. Now remember, you're never stuck with the text that ChatGPT writes to you. You have complete artistic freedom. If this isn't apt for you, it's not a good text for you, you edit it as much as you want. You can do the prompt over and over. Just click on regenerate response and get a new one, and then edit it yourself. I'm loving this, so I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna copy all of this and head back, and then I'm going to remove this text, and then I'm gonna see if this is suitable or too much. Paste it in. So I'm absolutely loving this. It's almost a little long, but because of the text I'm reading and I'm liking it so much, I'm gonna keep it like this. But if you get a text and you find that it's just a bit too long or too much, you can write be more concise. And by using that additional prompt, it's gonna take the same text and just make it a little bit more concise, a little smaller. But I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing, so I'm gonna use this piece of text that it gave me. So now we have the About Us section all done. I'm gonna click on Publish, and then I'm gonna go back. And then I'm gonna click on the back button here. And now I'm gonna go into footer 2. And footer 2 is of course going to be our useful link. So I'm gonna click here, and then I'm going to select the menu, and I'm going to select footer menu. Now the problem is we haven't properly selected our footer menu yet. So there's nothing happening here right now, but we just need to make sure that we have useful links and we have selected footer. And also because I'm using a big U here on the second word, I'm gonna use a big L here just to be more consequential with my editing. So I'm gonna do that, publish, and now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to menus. I'm going to go to footer because that's the one we added in, and now click on add items. So what we're looking to add here are the additional useful link, and that's going to be the privacy policy, the terms and conditions, and the refund and returns policies. There we go. And then I'm gonna click on publish. And once again, we're getting this multiple links added in, which is really weird. So I'm just gonna update my page, go back into menus, go into footer, and here we're gonna see the additional ones. Again, I don't know why this happens, but it's really not a big problem. problem. We just need to make sure we delete all the doubles once again. So we haven't created a cookie policy yet, and we're going to talk more about this later on. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it, remove. This is the privacy policy that's added at the privacy policy page, and that's perfect. Terms and conditions as a custom link. It's not a custom link. We have added it as a page, so we know this is the extra that is at fault. Here's the terms and conditions as a page. Delivery methods, weird, didn't do that one, remove. So what we should have left is privacy policy, terms and conditions, refunds and returns, privacy policy page, we're all good. So the only thing left is that I want to edit this copyright bar down here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back once again, go down to footer, and here we have the copyright area. Now, I'm liking this. I'm liking the fact that it says the year, that it says the name of the website, Blue Light Defenders. I just don't like that this is proudly powered by Sydney. I love Sydney. They have the best themes, the best starter kits, but I don't need to advertise for them on our website. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that proudly powered by, just like this, hit publish, and we're all good. So literally, that's all we need to do. There are additional things we can do. We can go into style. We can start changing the colors and everything, but I really recommend that you don't play with that, because we do have a certain style set up with the starter kit here and a certain colors that are all connected already, and I wouldn't start playing around with it. Because in the next lecture already, we are going to change the fonts and the colors of our entire website. So if you start doing micromanagement on some, for example, this part in a certain color, etc., that's gonna make your entire website break a little bit when you change all the colors except maybe this one, except maybe that one, etc. It's much better to just edit everything at once and get the color schemes and the font recommendations from ChatGPT, which is gonna understand your niche, understand what goes well with it, and save us so much time and research. So let's go ahead and make some serious designs and change our fonts and colors in the next lecture, and I'll see you there.